AskReddit by Call Me Daddy. What professions require you to be a complete degenerate? Paparazzi. I can confirm this. I do seasonal photography and some co-workers are paparazzi. That said, night crawlers are probably the worst. A friend in college tried it and couldn't do the first call since they wanted him on scene at a stabbing before the police. I used to work at a propane company where my whole job was to call customers that we messed up the paperwork on and tell them that they needed to pay $250 to have us fix it. This sounds like an actual scam. Anyone in child pageantry business? Nonsense. People who work at scam call centers. Most of the callers are lured in with a completely different job description and they're desperate enough to stay for the cash. The other that run those places can rot though. Any MLM hun? What is an MLM? Ferengi weapons merchant. Galen owns his own moon, and what do I have? The bar. And why? Because I'm a people person. KKK leader. KKK member. Fake news peddler. There are many of them in the Philippines. Cloud chasers, Team 10, Hype House, etc. It's not for degenerates per se, but you can't go into it with a lot of self-respect, that's for sure. Influencers, this is the most worthless form of life. Cult leaders. You gotta be a total jerk to be one. All the lies and manipulation. You have more fun as a follower, but make more money as a leader. Creed Bratton. Yak now. I was hoping to come here in search of ideas, but man, those are some shitty options. Line cook. Source, I'm both a full-time line cook and full-time degenerate. Any kitchen staff will be the most degenerate people you've ever met simply by circumstance. If you don't have to worry about customers being near you, you can just kinda do whatever. Timeshare salesperson. These people get so mad when you just go for the voucher and don't buy anything, especially if you pretend to be interested and talk about how fun all the destinations would be. I actually derive great joy from wasting these people's time on my vacation. Sales in the corporate sphere can take you there. I worked with some utter pirates, shysters, con artists and scumbags. There's a lot of money. It can be quite a rock and roll lifestyle. From experience, more than an actual rock and roll lifestyle, it corrupts people. 4chan administrator. 4chan has admins and moods. Car salesman. Telemarketer. My brother's job. MLM. Pimp. Lawyers. High-end. I worked in the industry for 36 years and it has zero to do with right, wrong, truth, compromise or mediation. It's about reputation, winning at all costs, billable hours and the almighty dollar. On both sides. It's who you can afford, not what is fair or equitable. Did your lawyer or barrister play golf on the weekend with Judge Apu? Are the trophy wives friends with each other? Has a shelf company of someone the lawyer doesn't know received a nice contract or environmental study donation? The law is as pliable as you can afford, truth be damned. Definitely agree, though that is specific, I would think, to litigation attorneys. You do have ones that simply do contracts, real estate, etc. Mediums. Can that really be considered a profession? I guess it could be classified as a form of actor. Congressional lobbyist. Oil, farmer, Israel, all of them. You have to just throw away any morals and duty to your country that you might possibly have for the almighty dollar these companies stuff in your pockets. Lol, no. 300/month is a perfectly reasonable price for insulin, of course. Canada pays how much? $17? Well, IDK about that, but our regulations and such. Yeah. Pharma outside of the US is heavily regulated, not dodgy. I work in pharma now. A lot of legal requirements and ERS get great information and updates. Loan shark. Paparazzi. Life coach. Gary Vaynerchuk moment. Reddit mod. They don't get paid lol. Politician. If you're going to be a successful one anyway. Politicians. There are some good people in politics, but it's fucking hard for them. You can help by recognizing that politicians come in a range from outright evil to doing their best in a really shit system and always voting for whoever is better, even if they are only slightly better. In my country, customs officer, so much money goes into smuggling items to and from the country. Not even illegal stuff. Literally the system does not work, so you'll be paying out of pocket for perfectly normal shipments to be delivered within a reasonable time frame. Even more if you're a businessman waiting on imports. Retail DMs. In high school, my DM for a music store literally told us to sign people up for free magazines, fully knowing, but denying, that people would forget to cancel them because it helped the company's revenue greatly. That's so long as we explained all the details, making the pitch long enough for people to forget details, it would be okay. It is not okay. Fuck free magazine subscriptions. I know he was just doing his job, but come on. Fundamentalist religious leader. Well, I mean, you gotta get that private jet somehow, right? Anti-union lawyer. Edit. I am talking specifically about law firms like Little & Mendelsohn. Law firms that are paid by multiple national corporations to fight against the low-level staff unionizing. This is the law firm Starbucks has used to drag out and try to stop the unionization effort currently underway across the country, US. Union consultant aka union buster. Insurance lawyers, the kind whose job it is to argue that a person suffering heart failure doesn't need any medication or surgery because alive is in fact a luxury state of being and not covered by their medical insurance. Liquidator Brunt has entered the chat. HRI once had to lay off a pregnant lady. It was not illegal, BTW. The entire site was closing and there was nothing comparable. All staff were laid off. So no claims of discrimination for the Reddit lawyer brigade. She wasn't on FMLA either. It was the lowest of my career and I despise having to be there telling her. It was horrible and I had a hard time getting over it. Ellen? Politicians and anyone in advertising. Insurance salesmen in India. Palm readers or psychics. Child trafficker. Hedge fund manager. As an NFT trader, that. HR. Psychic. Troll farms. Redditors mods. Stock trading. You are the ultimate middleman. You produce no value whatsoever and live entirely on the productiveness of others. Before anyone gets any funny ideas, no, I don't trade stocks for a living. Well, in an ideal world the job of all stock traders is to redistribute investments to the most productive companies, thus raising the productivity of society in general. Sadly, the most productive companies don't get the most investments but rather the most profitable companies do. There is some overlap between being profitable and being productive, but depending on who you ask me, for example, the overlap isn't near big enough. Reddit mod. Canon Youtuber. Debt collector. Add an adjective, medical debt collector. A lot of these are in the profession of being a criminal. Contemporary Afghani lawmaker.